Hi there, just checking the weather to see if I can talk outside, and you can probably see the dripping moisture on my door. It's like 90% humidity out there, so I'm going to talk today inside, and what we're going to talk about is compatibility. And this has really come up a lot lately with clients. In the last, I want to say 3 to 4 weeks, this has been hard hitting with, I don't know, at least half of my clients. And it seems that to me, in talking to them about what the issues are, it seems that it might be, compatibility might be having a light shone upon it by current world events. So today we're going to talk about compatibility, how to see in advance if you're considering a potential life partner, and how to reconsider if you are in a life partnership and clearly things are not going well. So that's what we're going to talk about today inside here, where the humidity is probably 30 or 40% instead of 90 or 100. So stay with me. So when we consider a life partner, whether it is someone who we are considering for the future or someone with whom we've been and we are kind of reconsidering whether they are the appropriate partner for us, there are 5 basic dimensions that come into play. These are pretty well recognized, so there's not a lot new there. However, I'm going to bring some new content to it in regard to the lens through which we parse those 5 things. Those things are the worldview of the other person. Does it match yours? The values of the other person. To what degree do you align in your values? The goals that you share. What is it that you wish to accomplish in your life? And things you like to do. These are shared interests and activities. And of course, family and planning if you are younger and planning to have children or adopt children. So these things are, if you just look at them superficially, you can think of them in very simple terms and become drawn into a relationship that is perhaps not appropriate for you. It's not more dimensions that I'm proposing here today, but rather that we add another lens through which we look at those dimensions. And that lens is about each of those things that pushes you away, either pushes you away or pulls you toward it as you look at those things. So I very much think, as I mentioned in my introduction, that current events are shining a light on these questions. And Lord knows we've got lots of current events to look at today, so we might as well take advantage of it in this particular way, which is a positive way to use world events that are happening right now. So let's start with worldview. When you answer, my worldview is peace. Live and let live, love thy neighbor. What is it about that that draws you to it? What do you mean by it? If you were able to describe it in your world, what would it look like? And conversely, what pushes you away about its opposite? In other words, what would your worldview not look like? This same formula can be used throughout the dimensions. We talked about worldview. What about values? Goals, what you like to do, and of course, family and parenting. Let's move on to values. What are yours? Do you value the right to be safe over the responsibility to go to work? Again, we're using current events as a sort of a way of looking at this. Do you value the right to be safe over the responsibility to go to work? Or do you view going to work in and of itself as a right, and being safe at home as something of a responsibility? Or is it both, as so many things in life are? To what degree is it your right or responsibility to be safe or to do your job? I think you see where I'm going here. Now, we've talked about worldviews and values. What about goals? What you like to do, and of course, family parenting, which I keep saying is so important. We're going to get to it. Is it your goal to make a lot of money? Well, that's awesome. My mother always told me, marry a rich man. You can fall in love with one of them just as easy as a poor one. Yeah, more easily said than done, Mom. Does your life partner agree with your particular goals? And does he or she agree with your means of accomplishing those goals? Is it your goal to change the world? Well, wonderful. The world needs more people like you. But does your life partner believe in you and agree with the potential outcome of those changes that you would make? Or is he or she just humoring you? And in fact, if you made those changes, would he or she wish to live in the world that you have created? What you like to do is next on our list. This dimension is important to the extent that you and your life partner, a potential one, can do things alone and enjoy the company of others. Which is it? If you are okay with doing things on your own, then this is less important, although at least some shared interests are absolutely needed. At least, I would say, 20 to 30%, bare minimum. If one of you need the other to accomplish, to actually do those activities and interests, then things might get a little edgy between you. How will you feel, for example, when your life partner announces his or her new dance partner for that ballroom dancing class that you had absolutely no interest in and did not take with him or her? Last among the dimensions is family and parenting. And this one, as I've alluded to, is huge. Do you both want children? That's just the beginning. How do you propose those children will be raised? Safety and such is just a given. We all want that for our children. I'm really talking here instead about the other things in the dimensions. All those other things that we've already talked about. What values will you teach those children? What goals will you encourage them to pursue? How will you treat them? What will it look like? Now, many people simply answer this, well, of course I'll treat my children well. But what does that mean? Does that mean encouraging those values and life views that you are opposed to? Is that what your prospective partner or current partner means when he or she says that they will treat their children well? What does that actually mean? These are conversations that should have been had if you are currently in a relationship that you are thinking is not with the best person. So, this has been short today, but it's, I hope, been helpful for many. I know that many people are in a tough situation right now. You are perhaps living with or partnered in some way to someone who you are questioning. You're wondering, wow, did you really just say that, as we watch the newscast together? So I just want to say that I wish you well. I think of each of you every day, even though I don't know you all. I know this is a tough time for so many of us. So, with that said, I will end today, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday.